Now let's go ahead and work on adding new records or new family members to the household area. And you can do this while in the contributions mode. So if you're getting a new individual who's not on your mailing list and you're posting contributions, you can actually add that individual and household information right while in the contributions module. Let's go ahead and click on New to pull up the new record. Once we've clicked on New, we have a new individual household area. We can go through and set their profile, whether they're a visitor or a member. Active is yes, no, and delete. I'll explain about the delete in a little bit, but this is basically if they're active yes or no. Salutation would be a Mr. and Mrs. in this case, and let's put last name. And there's no additional business name or information there. The mailing list address will be this. And if we're going to do an apartment, use the APT B or A or whatever the apartment number is, or 103, instead of using the pound sign, because if you want to do mapping, the system does not interpret the pound sign inside your address. So you do need to go ahead and make sure that you use an apartment instead of the pound sign. You get tab, puts you down in the zip code area. And let's say they live in Los Angeles. We hit the tab key. It will go in and fill in your city and your state and your country for you automatically, place you up over here in your home phone number area. And we can go through and just copy and paste that in there for the emergency number, work number, cell phone number, on the gender is for example, let's go back up and put this in here. For the gender, that area is for the C stands for couple. You can flag this because they're married as a couple, or you don't necessarily need to. F is for female, male, B is for boy, G is for girl. These two are primarily used if you want to put individuals on your household mailing list who are under 18 years of age. This is just one quick way that you can pull them up and know who they are and maintain them, and get an oversight of them as well. But we'll go ahead and leave the gender blank, and we'll go ahead and put them as married. Email, his birthday, her birthday is wedding anniversary. This is the confidentiality, means no mailing. If you don't want to send any mailings or labels, produce any labels to this household, you click this and they won't get any mailings. However, they will show up on all your reports, all your mailing list reports, all your contributions reports. However, no particular letters or labels will actually be generated for them if they are in your list. This no phone address online, that's, for example, if you had your mailing list available to individuals online, it would not show their phone number or their address. Participation is for leadership. If they go through and they're part of your leadership team, whether it be Adam or Susan, you can go ahead and just click on the leadership and it will go through and classify them as that way as well. If you want to go through and put notes in here, these are notes that are specific to this particular household record. Let's say Adam also goes, is known by Bill or his middle name or something. You can put different notes to help you with managing that particular information. Go ahead and close off that, and let's go ahead and click on Save. It will then go through, create this household record, also then create automatically their family records and their areas for you. Here, for example, has his home phone, his cell phone, his work number, his anniversary, his birthday, his email. You click on Susan, set up a different record for her as a spouse and married. Now we can go through and do two things. We can either go in right into contributions, but let's say we, for example, made a mistake in here and we actually wanted to edit the record. Let's change this to number 8 instead. And let's say that the zip code was actually number 5. What that does, it will go through and update that information for you, and that gives us a new household that's on our mailing list. If somebody else is actually editing this record in the mailing list module and they do add children, they will automatically be available to you here as well. Again, the delete feature on this particular user account has been deactivated, so they don't have access to delete any records. But let's go back and do a show all. This will go through and pull up our 81 households. And if we want to go down to here, and if I'm here and I want to type in Warren, I can actually type WA, and it would take me directly down to that particular household and populate both the household information and all the family members information. If I wanted to find Adams, I could type in AD, it will go to AD and pull up Craig and Kelly Adams. It will go through and show their household information as well. Again, this menu up here primarily associates to the household area. Notice in here that this particular Adams doesn't have a status or a profile. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit this record, and we can go through and actually put this person as a member or a visitor. Now this particular is set to delete, and this is a good opportunity for me to explain this a little bit. Let's say this individual did give contributions. Let's say in June they said, hey, I'm moving away, take me off your mailing list. Or this delete option allows you to flag them so that down the road, later on, after contribution statements have been printed, you can actually do a search and say, give me all the records that are to be deleted, and it will show you that these two individual records are here, and then you can go into the delete feature and remove them from your list once you've gone through and printed out their contribution statements, if that's a necessity that you need to do. You can either do two things to show all your records. Again, you click here, or you can just click here and hit continue, and that will pull up your same households. That does the same thing as this feature here. So we've done the new record, we've done an edit, we've done a search a little bit, but let me just touch base on this a little bit more. When working with your mailing list, it's always best to go through and perform a search for individuals on your mailing list before just clicking the new button to add a new household, which will help and eliminate duplication in the system, because a lot of times people may actually not be able to read the handwriting on the envelopes, and so you can go through and actually search for individuals to get a better understanding of who may be on your mailing list, at the same time eliminate adding duplicate records with different addresses or different name spelling. So we're in the search mode. We're going to go ahead and type in Jones, and we're going to do a continue. This will go through and allow us to see if Jones is on our system, and we're looking for it like this Tommy, or supposed to maybe be Timothy. Let's go ahead and click on that. Let's edit that record, and let's fix that, because it looks like it may have just been a typo at the time that the record was created. Another option is we can go into here, we can type a J and a T and say, give me all the J's last name and T's male name, and it will go through and pull up the records that I want. And oh, it's not Jones, but it was Jonas that I was looking for. So now if we want to go in and post contributions, we can be in the contributions mode and begin posting contributions.